Hi Taurus, welcome out to your reading with me, Cindy. I'm sorry. I stubbed my toe this morning. I think I did something bad to it. It really is hurting me right now. But anyways, and I just moved my foot and I can't move it that way. That hurts. So Taurus, we're going to get through the reading. We're going to do release and receive this week. I haven't done these in a while and I love doing them, and I'm incorporating different decks than what I typically use for doing these readings. So I'm being really specific. The release, at least with the Oracle deck that we're starting with, and I'm starting with the Archetype deck, we have Companion. Loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Well, that is a beautiful way to describe Taurus, isn't it? So I'm going to start with this deck, and then I'm going to go into the L key, they who. And I'm just saying that because I find when I say she who this, she who that, I feel like I exclude the guys. I know that they know. Anyways, that's what I'm doing. And we've got the Wizard's Tarot. Yeah, the Wizard's Tarot is what we're using here. So what I want to say is I'm being very specific with my guides. The release that comes out is not something you need to, you need to let more of this out of yourself. It's something that you should disengage from, not get involved in, pull your energy away from it, whether that's temporary, long-term, or if it's permanent, or, well, that's kind of like long-term. And you know what I'm saying. So, get started. Get started, Taurus. The cards that come after that, like the clarifiers, can expand on that a little bit more, like why it would be beneficial for you to do this. So what does the universe want you to get rid of so it can bring this in for you? That's what it's all about. Release, disengage to receive. Oh, my toe hurts. Oh, what is this? Avenger, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. I'm not ready to take cards, so this is for you. All right, release, mediator. Don't get involved. Gift for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Release it. Don't get involved with it. Interesting, right? That's negotiating with the shadow is negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. Well, however that shows up for you, this is literally like, don't get involved. Don't get involved in other people's stuff. Don't try to resolve something here between two people. At least not right now. So don't do it. Right? It's negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life, it says. Maybe you're trying to balance like maybe you're trying to have like a really even balance between personal and professional life right now. This kind of feels like maybe you need to just focus on one a little more than the other right now. That like this is not the time for like coming up with a balance. And it can be like that sometimes. Like sometimes it's vacation time and you need to focus on your family and your boss can shove it if he's trying to call you during your holidays, right? Or if you have a huge project that you're working on, your career depends on it, everybody's, and it's only family. Not today, not this week, I got to do this. Like, there's something here about not striking a balance between two sides. Like, release that concept. Don't do it. What do you need to receive? Gambler. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Well, that's very interesting. The shadow is relying on luck rather than hard work. So if this is in the light, your intuition is guiding you down a path that you've paved for yourself, or you understand, like you've done some work here. You're making your own luck, right? And you're willing to follow it. I don't even know if these two are related, or like, kind of wonder, right? Like, is it something in your life that you're trying to balance two ends to? You know what is also coming in with this? I'm also seeing like somebody who's maybe even negotiating, like you could be the middle of 3 siblings, or you know, your parents could be having a disagreement, or you know, there's something here, and it's almost like walk away and just see what happens. That's very interesting, right? And 2, I mean, maybe you've always been the middle person. I don't know, I'm getting that too. Like maybe you're the middle of 3 siblings and this is not the time to, like if you typically do, you try to let them figure it out for themselves. There's a bit of that there. Because, right, this guy's walking the other way. Right? The underline is pioneer. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. The shadow is compulsive need to keep moving on. Well, that's interesting. That's kind of like asking, what is your motivation for something? Because really, that's always the most important factor really, is what is your motivation behind something? Because you can have a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. That is this. This has a bit of a Fool card energy to me too, right? And even the 2 of these are that, very much so. I'm very Aquarian and very new aged thinking, starting fresh, taking a fresh approach, not bringing things from the past with you. But if this is a passion for doing and creating what hasn't been done before, and it's coming from a place within yourself that's not trying to create that to escape from other things, then I say that's healthy, right? But if it's a compulsive need to keep moving on, like I'm not going to do, then I feel like the motivation is not the healthiest. But I am reading this mostly in the light energy this week. So, yeah, let's just keep that in mind. It's the only one in the underline. All right. They who. They who. He, she, who. Who, who, she. Who, she. I keep looking over there because there's lots of little birds going to my bird feeder. Well, not right now. I'm looking for them. They were there during the Aries reading. I have nothing against you. I don't know, Taurus. They were there during the Aries reading. Oh, she who regrets, battle, victory, and bitterness. Right, with mediator? This does look like some kind of a conflict or a fight. Don't get involved. Crap. Release yourself from that. Don't get involved in some sort of fight here or trying to negotiate it. Trying to find a middle ground, like release this. You could end up regretting, you know, if you get involved with it. I kind of feel like that too. There's something about this card where I'm just picturing it as siblings. It doesn't have to be that dynamic for you, but it's just the easiest way to explain it and not have 20 different storylines coming in over and over again. But it's kind of like, because she's got a hand of each one of these people. It almost looks like it's like that, like crossed over, hanging on to each of their hands. And understanding both stories, right? Like being a mediator and then kind of getting each side to understand the other side's story a little bit too, for some, what was the word I'm looking for? When you, you know, God, I'm really having trouble with that today. Like when I'm channeling, I just can't go into my thinking mind and pick up words that I'm reaching for. Yeah, but it's almost like each side would be like, hey, what are you doing? You're trying to do that because you want that. Oh, what? You know, I'm just saying. You could regret this, whatever that is. Don't get involved in something. I don't know if it's work or family or your community. Okay, receive the gambler. She who becomes, metamorphosis, transcendent journey. This, honestly, I want to say, because that has a feeling with the gambler too, like this fool energy is doing something you won't usually do. I don't know if you always try to reach for the middle ground with what's going on around you. Like you want everyone to get along. That's a bit of the mediator energy, because I feel like you could end up with nobody getting along with this. And it's honestly to do something different here. Try a new approach. And this approach is not getting involved. And it feels like it could be the start of a new approach for you, like doing that in things. With this metamorphosis, right? Almost like you're going to go into a cocoon with this concept, and you're going to hatch out and start new cycles, not being so much of a mediator here. And two, because gambler, you know, you're feeling like, well, if I don't get involved, or if I don't try to make sure everybody gets along, or that everyone isn't happy with what's going on here, then they might not like me. I don't know. It's funny, right? Picking that up a little bit. At the bottom, she who changes, transformation, change, and enchantment. She who guides, new path, guide, renewal. I was going to say I wasn't going to say she, but I'm reading the cards. They who knows. Doesn't sound right. Now my grammar is just bad. They who knows. They who guides. They who changes. I kind of like it. They who loved ones. They who remains. So remain, loved once, and know, guide to change. It's interesting. So one who remains, this could even be changing the way you love. And I mean that like in, you know, sometimes tough love is also a type of love, right? So this doesn't feel like tough love. It feels like trying to fix things for people, or getting involved in arguments or disagreements that are not necessarily yours to get involved in. Because people got to figure shit out for themselves sometimes. And then, honestly, too, sometimes two people will just not get along, and you can't make that happen. So this is I want to say, transforming how you could love. And sometimes it is tough love, letting someone figure it out for themselves, or letting two people go at it and figure it out for themselves. And you walk away hoping, well, everything will be okay. This is my new approach. Because this produces wisdom, clarity, and resolution. It creates a new path, and it transforms you. Do that. All right. This could even be like a professional life too. Like maybe you are a professional mediator. Maybe you negotiate for people. Compromise. See, finding compromise on either side. Maybe, yeah, like, I don't know. Or you're just that person in general. Yeah, energy actually reminds me a bit of someone that I worked with. She was a Scorpio though, and she was a bit like that. She was very good at it. And maybe you are, but there's something here about, it's not always going to work out. That's the thing. All right, so what's the energy between these 2 points here? What you're being asked to release, right? You're being asked to release these. You're not being told, release it, or else. Well, maybe. The Tower moment comes in. Let's see. Oh, change! The Wheel of Fortune is the energy that sits between these 2 points. This is a dramatic change. In some way, like, I don't know, if it's your family dynamic, you're always the person who's compromising and mediating. You do that at work, you do that, I don't know. But this is not your battle. Don't get involved. You're taking a chance on the other side here. I don't know why. It does feel like there's a bit of a chance, right? Receive this chance. Receive luck. The Death card. Oh, look at that. Oh, we have a nut thatcher came in. Sorry. So you did get a bird. You got a nuthatcher. It's a hatcher. Or it's a thatcher. I don't know. I'm having one of those days. I kind of think maybe I didn't break my toe. Because I think if I broke it, it would be like really painful instantly. It's really achy now. So I probably, yeah, sprained something, right? Oh my gosh, look at the tower. You got the death card and the tower. Oh, and then the Two of Cups. What is, oh, this is like mediating though. This, I don't know what this is. Oh my gosh. Let's keep going here. Okay. The Nine of Cups on the other side. The Ace of Pentacles. This all looks good. The King of Pentacles. This is very good on the other side. Don't get involved. Wow. Fascinating. With the Two of Cups. But the mediator, to me, right, is sitting between two people. Oh, this could be something like third-party energy, too. Could be. Some kind of third-party energy. Because it has a sense of catastrophe here. And I say catastrophe because it feels like it's brought in by the universe. So things don't, you know, you could have made things crumble down on your own, right? But if you don't do it, or you go, oh, female cardinal's coming in, and you got a chickadee, all the birds coming to you know. If you don't bring it down in your own nice, tidy way, the universe will, and it's a catastrophe, right? Like, I guess a good way to describe that is if you're having, like, you are in the most toxic relationship with your partner, your spouse, whatever, and one of you really needs to walk away. It's just like a mess. Like maybe there's verbal abuse. God, I hope not physical. I hope there's no abuse. But anyways, let's just say it's just abusive. It's horrible. It's toxic. You haven't done anything about it. You come home from work one day, all your clothes, all your belongings are on the front lawn and scattered down the road too, because they really, when they threw it, they really threw it. And they changed the locks on the door. That's a catastrophe. As opposed to you thinking, okay, I'm going to pack up my stuff. I'm going to rent a motel for Christmas, right? I don't know what this is, but it's avoiding a catastrophe. Don't get involved. Do not get involved. Now, I don't know why it feels like it's a gamble though. You know, it's funny because it's got this feeling like missed opportunity maybe. Like, why would this be a gamble? Do you miss an opportunity? Does something, maybe something won't work out? But honestly, like, you're going to receive something very, very good. The Nine of Cups, something linked to a wish or a dream that you have for yourself, feels private. This actually feels kind of private, like whatever this wish is. I've never had that before with this, but it does. It feels very private. I think, so it's coming in. It's a private dream here. Maybe something you've not shared with anyone before. And then, like, you have a new beginning. So then you have this new beginning. And it's something to build on, right? This is something tangible. So it's almost like your dream starts to materialize in front of you. And then, boy, does it build. It builds big time. You have the Empress, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Cups here. Oh, this is building on a dream. This is running with success. This is building on abundance and success. Creating maybe hope, inspiration, but this is coming from a foundation of abundance and success. Well, I'm certainly interested in your release area. I know, you're probably all like, well, wait, no, Sydney, what is this? I'm doing the reading. I'm nosy. I want to know what's going on over here because this is intense too, right? Like, look at this. This castle's being blown up. You've got battle, victory, bitterness. Don't get involved. Okay, mediator. Don't get involved. Oh God, the 9 of Wands. You get involved, you'll never get out. Wow, that's interesting. You get involved in that, you'll never get out of it. Or you've been involved in it for such a long time. Don't. Death card and Tower. I want to look at those two as a combo. It's combo number 2. Okay. The High Priestess, the 8 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the Hanged Man. Oh, this energy feels stucky. Icky. It's like, ooh. Yeah. It's funny, the High Priestess was out quite a bit in Aries reading. Here it is. Here she is again. And she's coming out kind of in this, actually in the same, kind of clarifying like release. And it is the universe knows better here. The universe kind of knows better. With the 8 of Wands, yeah, into the 8 of Swords, yeah, it's a giddy up and stop. And then the Hanged Man, you better take a minute and figure out what's going on. That's a catastrophe. This is like avoiding that. Don't get involved. The 2 of Cups. The 4 of Cups. See, this would just end up in disappointment. You know, you guys could be too, like you could have a partner, a spouse, maybe they're going through something at work and they're hoping you can solve their problems. I don't know, but just better off not getting involved in something here, Taurus, honestly. Ooh la la. Because you don't go anywhere with it. You can't. It's like something that sucks you in and then you're sucked in and that's it. This Wheel of Fortune. Let's go. Yeah, let's start going over here. The Wheel of Fortune is the energy that sits between the release and the receive. So many cards. 2 of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 7 of Wands. Oh, this is nice. Okay. 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands. Now, I wanted to say this energy is also feeling kind of stuck. It's indecisive and it's a little bit, let me just rest on this. Let me get my balance and let me guard against catastrophe. But then it changes. But this energy isn't stuck. The kind of stuck energy I'm seeing over here, like if you don't release something or you get involved in it, is you feeling trapped. You feeling like everything is falling apart. You're missing opportunities here. This is going on forever. How will I ever get out of this? I can't see my way through it. Where this energy is, I'm not really sure what's the best thing to do today, but I know what I have control in my life, and I know where I have stability and function. And then the 4 of Swords, I can heal and rest while I'm waiting or building my own little foundation. 7 of Wands, kind of protecting myself by not being involved. So you see how it's almost like time is going to continue to move forward. You have 2 options in how you go through that time. But then, right, then you have the 10 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Queen of Wands. This is great. I mean, that is a great shift. It's happiness, it's fulfillment. Again, you have the Wheel of Fortune twice. This is like hitting a couple of lucky cycles here as well. And the Queen of Wands really shining, feeling empowered. I kind of always think of that too. Like time is moving forward regardless. How you get to the other side is kind of up to you. You know, like you could have a lot of projects and maybe you feel overwhelmed by, I don't want to get them started. Well, I'll tell you, you can either start getting them started now and find yourself on the other end of time, having accomplished them and not feeling burdened by them, or still ending up in that same place, but still feeling burdened and unaccomplished. But time won't stand still. So, this is gamble. Why is this willingness to follow your intuition? Okay, well, that's good. The High Priestess was coming through over there like, don't do this. This is not going to go. Oh, the 10 of Wands. Oh, look at this. Okay, Because this Ten of Wands is walking back over here. It's this mediator energy, where the Fool is going this way, not taking any burdens with me. The Fool doesn't carry anything. Yeah, don't get involved. I don't know why. What? Just don't do it. Okay, your Nine of Cups. Okay, before I say what came out with that, what's the King of Swords? Before I say what came out with that, okay, I'm looking at this being drawn to the shadow again, relying on luck rather than hard work, because the hard work is still important to make your own luck, right? Time won't stand still. I mean, a perfect example of that is if you have a house and you want to sell your house, and you know the best time, well, I don't know, here, where I am, maybe it's different in other places, but in Canada, because everything seems to revolve around when kids are in and out of school, summer break occurs, and when the weather's good. So we're coming into probably the best time of year to sell your house. You're going to get the best price for it right around now, and then after that, the prices will go down, typically, or demand will. You know that date is coming, so start getting the house ready. Oh, so much work. I don't want to do it. Well, I'll tell you right now, April the 10th is, I don't know why I say that. April the 10th is around the corner anyways. You have to do it, right? Like willingness to follow your intuition even when others doubt you, but deal with your shit along the way. So I don't know why I have to say that. I think because of the shadow, because this can be taken in two different ways. You could just hope everything is okay. Yeah, your house might sell, but you might not get, it might take a long time, which will inconvenience you because people will be in and out of your home, right? Over a long period of time. Get it done in a week. Make it look its best, get the best price you can, and make it happen fast. Then you get all this energy, right? This Queen of Wands. Here, I'm a little Aries me. Get it done. Okay, the King of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Oh, these are clear dreams, my friend. These are very clear dreams. This is a clear and solid mind. This is also understanding things around you very well. And that supports your dream. So that seems like, wow, that's like reality. Doesn't it? Like having a sense of strong reality to support your dreams. A clear mind, an unclouded mind. This feels like your mind could get very clouded in that energy. The Ace of Pentacles. There's your new beginning. The Moon. Well, you're taking a chance here, right? Will this happen? I think it will for you. But this is where you have to follow your intuition. Listen to it. And, you know, following your intuition is not usually the easiest road. And I think that's why fear is also can be associated with the Moon card, because it can be like, this may not work out. I might. The King of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Five of Pentacles. Well, this kind of feels like it has something to do, right? The Three of Pentacles. There's three people there. It's mediating. It's communicating. The Seven of Pentacles is trying to figure out how to do that. How to have a plan, because the plan that's going on right now is not working. I need to develop a different plan. The Death card and the Five of Pentacles is like, no, you don't. So, with this King of Pentacles, like I feel like the way forward is, it's a way different than what you would typically choose for yourself. And it feels perhaps a tiny bit uncomfortable. It feels a bit like you're leaving some things to chance here. But that's what the cards tell me. Oh, you got the Three of Cups at the bottom. That's the only one. See, that's nice though, because this is like, look at all these three people come together and they're celebrating. So isn't that funny? Sometimes you just need to leave well enough alone. That's how I would, describe this reading. It took me a while to really figure, what would I call this reading? Sometimes it's best to leave well enough alone. It really is, because it'll be better for you. So I'm going to go do the extended, Taurus. In the extended, I'm going to look at what motivates you at this time. What are you most anxious about? And then there's a whole bunch of other cards about like advice and moving forward and all of that. So there you go. Thank you so much, Taurus. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.